Hi guys, my name is Techi Richard. I'm coming to do a presentation on how to build some applications like calculator, a unit converter and the rest. But today I'm going to only pick calculator. So today I'm going to build a small application like calculator. So I'm going to use Intel IJ. So let's go. I have already done the programming codes, so I'm coming to explain to you guys how I did it. So first I right click on the SRC, there's a pop-up menu which appeared, then I click on new, and under the new another way pop up also, another list also pop up. So I click on the Java class and I name the class calculator. After that, I press enter. So now I'm going to explain all the code that I have done on this Intel IJ screen. So the import java.util.scanner. This explains this line, the first line, line 1. It, it tells Java that we will be using the scanner class, which is a tool to get input from the user, like typing something on the keyboard. Is part of the java.util package, which contains useful classes for working with inputs, dates, and more. Let's come to our next line, that's line 3. Public class calculator. The public class calculator here, we define the start of our class called calculator. A class is like a blueprint or a template for creating objects into bracket, things that can perform tasks. In this case, our class will perform the task of a calculator. Let's move on to our line 5. Public static void main into bracket string into bracket angs. This is the main method. When we will run the program, this is the starting point where the program will begin its execution. All Java programs needs a main method to start. So line 5 is our main method. Line 6, scanner equal to new scanner into bracket system.in. We create a scanner object called scanner. This object allows us to read input from the user, and the system.in means we are getting input from the keyboard. Our next line, that's line 7 and 8. Here we declare 4 variables, and that's num1, num2, results, and string operator. Num1 and num2, they are to store the two numbers that the user will enter. And the results, this will hold the answer after we perform a calculation. And the operator, this will store the symbol for the operation the user will want, like plus for addition, minus for subtraction, multiplication, and division sign. Line 9 and line 10. Line 9 and line 10. Print instructions to the screen, welcoming the user to the calculator and explaining how to use it. The program tells them they can enter an operation symbol or type exit to quit. Line 11. This line explains the loop. The line 11 keeps running until the user decides to stop the program. While true means the loop will run indefinitely until we tell it to stop. System.out.print into brackets /n enter first number. This asks the user to type in the first number. This /n ensures there's a new line before the prompt for better readability. Line 13 and line 14. Check if the user has entered a valid number. Scanner dots hashnet double checks if the input is a double, which can have decimals. If it is, we store that number in num1, or else. If the user did not enter a valid number, we check if they type exit. We check if they type exit. If they did, we print a message and use break to stop the loop, ending the program. If the input is neither a number nor exit, we print an error message and use continue to go back to ask for the first number. System.out.print into bracket enter operator. This line asks the user to enter an operator like plus, minus, multiplication, or division to specify which calculation they want to perform. System.out.print enter second number. The operator equal to scanner.net. This also stores the operator that the user enters into the operator variable. This line prompts the user to enter the second number for the calculation, and from line 30 to 31, line 30 and 31. Also, just like the first number, this checks if the user entered a valid number for the second number. If it is, it stores the number in num2. It stores the number in num2 if it is valid. This one is also similar to the first one that we did for the num1. So now let's come to our switch. The switch operator. This switch statement checks the operator entered by the user, like plus, minus, multiplication, or division, and decides which mathematical operation to perform based on the operator. Case addition. If the operator is plus, we add num1 and num2, store the results, and print it to the screen. The break means the program starts checking for further cases and exits the switch block. We come to the minus sign, the subtraction. This operator will subtract num2 from num1, store the results, and print it. similar to the case plus. When it comes to the case multiplication, we multiply the numbers num1, num2, store the results, and print it. Last operator, that's line 51. If the operator, if this operator, the division sign, we check if num2 is not 0 to avoid dividing by 0. If it's not 0, we divide num1 by num2 and print it. And print the results. If num2 is 0, we print an error message. So if num2 is 0, we print an error message. If it's not 0, then we are going to perform our calculation. Defaults, line 58. Default, no, sorry, line 59 rather. The line 59. The default over there also explain if the user entered an invalid operator, something other than plus, minus, multiplication, or division. This default case is executed and the program prints an error. Scanner.close. We close the scanner to free up resources. It's a good practice to close resources when they are no longer needed. So this is how I coded my calculator. So now let's run it and check to see if they are working. So now let's try with example. So let's enter any number. Let's say 10. Now enter operator plus, minus, multiplication, division. So you enter the operator that you want. Let's take plus. You press your enter. Then you type another number. Let's say 5. Then you press your enter. So 10 plus your 5 will give you 15. So let's do another one for the subtraction. So 10 minus 5 has given us 5. Another one for so 10 multiplied by our 5 will give 50. So let's do 10 divided by 5 has given us our 2. So let's try another example. 10 divided by our 0. It has created error, division by 0. So you cannot divide the 10 by 0. That's what it has printed. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Goodbye.